Pastel Scratchboard demo video number 4. So in this demo video, I'm going to show you how to start re-outlining your sections, and then using the contour and following the contour with those scratch marks to make the objects look 3D. So you need your board that's already been painted with the black acrylic paint. My remote students should have a pointed and or a flat edged wooden tool. It's actually a manicure tool. If you can't find either of those, a couple wooden toothpicks will work fine. My in-person classes, you will all have an actual stylus with a double-sided tip to scratch the material off with that. So pause the video, grab those materials now, and then come back. All right, so I'm trying to figure out a way to show you guys. Let me try zooming in. It's hard to see on the camera, but if you get close and you tilt it, you can see in the reflection the outline of the balloons as I move it back and forth, and the hilltops in the bottom of it there. Oh, there's a pretty good view right there, okay, when I've got it in an angle. So you'll be able to see those things clearer than it appears on the actual video. Okay, I'm going to start with the left. I'm going to work left to right because I'm right-handed. If you're right-handed, it might make more sense to go back this way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with these balloons over here, and I'm going to use the marks that I can see to find the black parts, the black lines, and the edges. So I'm tracing and scratching just on either side of those. And I know I'm done into the next section when I hit another black line. If you scratch it off and there's no color underneath, then you're on one of your marker lines. I think that tool actually worked the best out of all of them. Now, you have to be careful. You don't want to scratch the pastel off. There's the next section. So my lines are following the contour of the balloon, right? If you did an object that has fur, the fur would follow the contour of the feature, whether it's a face or a body or a tail. And you're just going to work your way through. And allow some of those black lines to create shadows, right? So I want the fattest part of my balloon to have more lines out of it than the ends, because that's in theory where a shadow would be. So it's going to be brighter in the center sections here. And then I found that outer edge where the blue sky is outlining that balloon there. the outline of balloon number 2 just behind this one. There's the basket. Now this is going to make a mess. You definitely want to have some newspaper underneath so that when you're done you can just wad up the paper and throw it away. Alright, so my balloons are curved, my lines are curved, and follow that contour. For the parts of the sky, and I have my photograph open on my computer next to me, right? And I'd had clouds and stuff in my sky as well. But the sky, the lines in the sky are going to go horizontal. All right? And they're going to be brighter when I find those white clouds. So I'm starting with just some long guiding lines just to make sure everything stays and runs parallel. So I'm hitting some of those clouds there, right in here. Now, I've also found a little balloon I had floating in the sky in the background. So I'm going to change direction again. If you have larger areas, you can take the broad tip tool, scrape out thicker lines at a time. Gives it kind of a rougher look. So I've about come up on, yep, there's my big balloon over here. So I'm tracing the outline. And again, the pressure is very, very light because I don't want to be scraping off all that colored pastel. couple things. Where can I scrape more black off to show and enhance highlights, things like that. Change the contour to make things look more 3D, right? We're following the contour in this just very much like we did with our cross contour line drawings and that exercise. And the other thing is I want you to just kind of reflect on what you think about and go back and look at the original picture before we did the scratch board. And as this starts to transform, reflect on how it changes the composition. Do you like the scratch board less, or do you like the scratch board more in that effect? Do you think the texture enhances it or detracts from it? Because sometimes, depending on your subject matter, it can definitely change the technical aspects and the creative aspects. And kind of think about and reflect on what you think of both final products and if you have a preference of one versus another.